Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel vBlox TV, where Roblox lovers play together. I'm Toto, and today I want to dissect a little bit on the final boss of the new dungeon, the Deity of the Volcano, and go about how to beat him. I don't think it's that hard. If you're visiting our channel for the first time, don't forget to press that subscribe button to support us and the notification bell so you will never miss out on giveaways like these and all the carrying parties along with the orbital runs that we do almost nightly. Pretty much by now everyone has seen this leak video of the Deity, the final boss, doing a couple of his attack patterns. We're not sure exactly what the pattern is, but we can kind of speculate on what it's going to be like. As with everything, we know there are 3 attack patterns to the bosses. I don't want to go more than that because it gets too much and too confusing for us players and just too much work for them as developers. So from what I can gather from this video is that we get this attack pattern of random red circle popping up everywhere, very similar to that of Lower Varish in the current orbital outpost final room. And when he ports away into darkness, you get these random appearances of the green circles, but then this time we get the red circles. So I think the concept is the same. Dodge them, get out of the way. So these red circles are pretty similar, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to be as dense as this because this is just simply too dense and there is nowhere for us to actually move. It looks like whenever he's crouching down with both of his arms in front of him, kind of like the gorilla in Samurai Palace, then there would be these grid patterns starting with the horizontal line from behind him, spreading forward towards where we'd be running in, and then another spread of vertical line forming this grid coming from the left to the right, and then the hitbox we could activate it from the back to the front, from the left to the right, just as it was before. So to dodge this is not too difficult. We'll talk about it a little bit later. And then the third pattern is, I think, when he raises his right arm up in the air and shoot out these fireballs. I think it may be 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm not too sure. My speculation is that it could be just anywhere between 1 through 4 or possibly more. I can't tell. But they land on the ground and become these lava or fire geysers shooting up in the air, and these would deal constant damage. So to counter these, which is kind of like the Corrupt Overlord, the second boss in Ghastly Harbor, where you have to get the cannonball to shoot onto the ship and get him to come back over to the pier so we can attack him. So here we'll probably have to do the same thing because we see those orange circles on the 2 sides with these stones that you can actually place on top of these geysers, and I think it's gonna really stop the geyser from shooting up. So that would actually helps enlarge the area in which we can dodge his other attacks. But if we don't do it right and he keep on shooting these geysers up in the air every round, eventually it's gonna cover the entire platform and the whole aisle would be all shooting geyser and the whole party would pretty much be dead. So I think it's critically important to have a tank taunter healer for this dungeon. So he'll be running taunts with all the regular mobs, and when it comes to the boss, you switch over to 2 life pulses or whatever spell that may be optimized to heal everyone. I think for our party, we will probably bring TV running as a full time healer, running as a full tank taunter healer, and when he gets to the boss, he'll be doing both life pulse. Yes, so he'll be doing both life pulse and then potentially bring in his ult to sit out by the porting zone and can help do universal heal to support the entire party. So we will probably run with like at first a couple people, no more than 10, just so that we get a feel of the dungeon. In any event, so initially before the we would probably have to all charge in together and try to run to those stone piles, and we all each pick up one stone, and wherever that he would shoot up in the air, like raise his arm in the air like I have in the thumbnail, then it'll land, all these guys are down, and then whoever is close to whichever guys are just toss a stone on there. But during all the other attacks and your spell cooldown, you need to maneuver yourself back into the stone pile and pick up all these stones and be prepared. It's not just the tank who's in Guardian doing this, because what if he comes down with like 5 different geyser, and then all these spots are taken up with these constant damage dealing attacks, and there'll be like a large party, there won't be many places to maneuver, and death would be imminent. So that's what I think. Everyone will have to help pick up these stones and extinguish these geyser as soon as possible to increase the chance for party survival. Then there are these grids that we would also have to juke. I don't know if the pattern is that we would have the horizontal along with the vertical, or is it going to be random just for horizontal by itself and then at a later time vertical to throw us off. But in any event, the most challenging one would be the grid coming horizontally and vertically sequentially. So if that does happen, what we have to do to juke these is to move back to allow us a little more time to juke the horizontal line, and then to run a little bit to the right to juke the vertical line, because the hitbox comes in the same pattern, and that would allow us a couple more milliseconds to dodge out of the way. But depending on where you might stand on the line itself, you might want to move back or front or left or right. It doesn't really matter, just juke out of the way. And as before, the red dots juking, it's just like what we've been doing with orbital outposts. Just dodge them, get out of the way. If you have an excellent healer like we do with TV, and you're in good hand. Alright, that's it for all the tips and tricks that I think could potentially happen with this boss, but it may or may not come to that. But I'm pretty sure that teamwork is gonna be absolutely essential to get through this really fun looking dungeon. Alright you guys, I hope that it will release real soon. I'm so excited and so ready to hop in there with you guys. If you like the content of our channel, leave us a like to support us, subscribe so that we can march to that 1K as soon as possible, and we can do more giveaways at every 100 subs that we will get, all the way until we get to 1K. So don't forget to hit that subs button and the bell notification, because we'll always be having giveaways, carrying parties, and orbital grinding until the new dungeon is going to be released, and then we're going to be streaming those the very moment that they come out. Alright everyone, well actually I take that back, unless it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, but we could potentially wake up and stream it as soon as it come out. You never know. Alright, I'll see you guys in a dungeon real soon. Take care everyone.